Hello guys, Glenn from Sydney CBD Repair Center, and today we have a Huawei Mate 30 Pro. So the customer went into the shop and wanted to have a screen replacement for the broken front touchscreen of this Huawei Mate 30 Pro. So you can see the screen is not really rendering the colors correctly, and there's cracks on the front glass and the back glass. The back glass not really that important. So we're gonna remove the back cover of this Huawei Mate 30 Pro and be careful not to stress that cracked part too much because it might propagate and result to an even bigger crack. We don't want that. So we're just gonna take our time here. In terms of removing the back cover of the Huawei Mate 30 Pro, it is more difficult compared to other smartphones. As you can see here, it's really sticking to the main assembly via strong adhesive, and we have to pry it open. It's really just fast because we fast forward the clip just as we do here. So you can see that there's some shrouds, film cover on some of the parts to prevent it from grounding out the device. And we can remove the group of screws that are holding the shroud, the proper shroud over the motherboard. So we can see here there's a wireless charger over the battery, and there's a cover that we have to be very careful to peel off. So right here. So there's more screws that are attached, and it's not only attached by screws but some of the clips as well. So we have to bend it back right here. As you can see, this is more like an iPhone 10, 11 layout. The motherboard is dominating the top 1/3 of the assembly, and it's flowing on the side that forms like an L formation for the motherboard, and the battery is on the center. So you can see that this is a premium device because of its construction. It is more complex than other Huawei devices and certainly other smartphones as well. And in terms of removing all the connectors, there's a lot of them. Even the camera system has a lot of connectors just to transmit all the data that comes through from the sensor to the storage. So right here we're gonna attempt to remove it. There's a clip, more of the connectors. Be very careful not to snap one of these. It's very hard to find replacement connectors than to find a replacement display. So we're attempting to remove the main board here, and as you can see, it's very tricky. You don't want to stress the middle part right there, especially the thin part of the motherboard. So if it doesn't go out, don't force it, because there's still more connectors that are attached to the motherboard right there. So if it's not going out nicely, don't force it. And here we have the replacement screen. So the layout of the Huawei Mate 30 Pro is there's a screen, and it also acts as the main assembly or the main housing for other components. So the display has the housing and all the components are attaching to it. So the components that we are removing from the old assembly will be just transplanted to this new display. So right here we are removing the battery, we're transplanting the bits that we have removed, and we are installing the motherboard of the device. Here's your Wi-Fi antenna cables. This is the camera system. Look at the connectors of that one. There's 4 for each sensor. When you open these higher end devices from different companies or different brands, you can just really be amazed on how the technology was integrated into a small space. Integrate or cramped in a very tight space. It's just an enormous amount of technology and hardware that is miniaturized and installed in this package. So we're gonna put back all the connectors on the bottom part of the smartphone. And in terms of repairability, is it user-friendly? No. Even David, our professional technician in the shop, said that the Huawei Mate 30 Pro is very difficult for him. He almost snapped one of the connectors. So if a seasoned technician is having difficulty on the Huawei Mate 30 Pro, then there's no chance that a beginner with a simple screwdriver set and a prying bar tool can ever attempt or accomplish this type of repair. So if you have a Huawei Mate 30 Pro and you plan on doing the repair yourself, yeah, just please don't. It is very tricky in terms of the level of disassembly procedures that you have to undergo and the parts that you have to disassemble. It's not for the beginner, and it's not really for enthusiasts for me. As you can see here, we are taking too long compared to our regular video duration. So if you want to buy your own replacement parts, then you can try, but it's really hard. So we also repair iPhones and Samsung devices, Oppo, Vivo, smartwatches and tablets. So we know we can compare the level of difficulty between models and brands, and this is certainly one of the hardest. So this is the first time we'll test it after we disassemble and assemble the device, and luckily it works. So there's the Huawei logo, it boots up right there, and just a few more screws. There's a lot of screws still. We're just gonna fast forward from here, and we're gonna test the touchscreen if it works. Yep, it works. And I think this is ready for the client. Yep, we can't really open this device and further test it. So if you like this video, guys, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on our Facebook page. You can send us a message there if you want a screen replacement done on your Huawei. And this is the back glass with some cracks on it. We already put some new tapes on this to make it adhere to the main assembly, and just a massage all over it, and this is ready. Thank you for joining us, guys. If you enjoy this, click like and subscribe. Follow us on Facebook. Just YP on this one, and a few tests, few visual inspection, and we're done. Thank you for joining me. Till next time, guys. Cheers.